Good morning, children, class 7. Welcome for today's GK session. So far, we have done till smartest cities of the world, smart cities around the world. Today, we are going to focus on the smart cities in India and what are the plans of government to make the India smart, and what are the plans in various cities, what are the various aspects they are looking into. And this plan was set up for your information in 2015, that is given in your book by our Honorable Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. So here we start with, I'm going to share one documentary on it. And I expect, though it is a lengthy one, not much lengthy, 20 minutes, I will show you a small clip of it. But I expect you to go through it at the weekend. This is your assignment for GK, so that you should be well versed what is a smart city, and you should get the in-depth knowledge of the subject. So here I'm going to share with you. Fine. This is by CNBC.
Starting from where the journey is ending, what is
Speaking to CNBC TV 18. So how would you rate the mission right now? Would you say something's been achieved, miles to go, or would you say a lot has been achieved?
Well, it all depends on how you see a mission. In fact, all depends on how you see a particular thing in life. If you go by the numbers, the mission started with a $30 billion, close to $30 billion framework of projects.
Correct.
So close to 2,05,000 crores. See the numbers today, 3.5 years down the line. We've tendered projects close to around 1,10,000 crores, which is more than half.
Half the money is already been tendered.
Exactly. And then more than 65,000 crores of projects have now been work ordered, which means that those works have started on ground. And typically works take 2 to 3 years to get over. So a beginning has been made, and therefore those projects are going to come alive. And if you see the numbers, so 50% plus tendering and 30% plus work ordering, anybody would say that the mission has actually performed on ground. It started to pick up. But then, of course, smart cities are never going to be a destination. Smart cities are always a journey. No city in the world today claims it's arrived, and there's nothing more to do as far as becoming a smart city is concerned. And therefore, our smart cities are also evolving, and they're evolving on different parameters. They're evolving on how they engage with citizens. They're evolving on how to, kind of create 360-degree projects which are integrated in nature, and they're working on various fields. So I think it's been a success. But of course, there's always skepticism, which is, I think, healthy, because it makes us do even more. And this is, I think, going to be really beneficial for the cities, because there's feedback. And this, I think, positive, constructive discussion that's happening around smart cities is another dimension which makes me feel that smart cities mission has actually been a success.
You talked about positive conversations now. At least we've brought cities in our...
On it, you can do millions of samples in a month because of the kind of data sources that we are handling. So that's one. City planning has come alive and is getting into a completely new dimension because of ICCCs. You see the impact on citizens. The cities which have actually implemented are seeing reduction in crime because,
and that
cameras.
is visible.
That's visible. And that's there in data. That's recorded.
Yes, students, here we go. This is a documentary of CNBC, right? And I just expect everyone, just not out of the blue, but very true, that you have to do it. On your weekend, you have to go through this report of 2015 plan, which is set up by the government. Of course, we are also skeptic about it. We have certain doubts that how the smart cities are evolving, how it is coming into emergence. The most important benefit of the smart city concept is it is generating a lot of employment. In our India, the main problem is of unemployment, but because of the smart city concept, since everything is spreading and evolving so fast in such a smart way that people are having a lot of employment opportunities, right? So this is one of the, you can say, one of the very much benefiting factor which is coming out of the smart city concept. And there are many cities which are involved into this project, right? So we have a questionnaire today. On your page number, we have done 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Today we have 2021. Today we have page number 22 and 23 in our agenda. 22 is again with the related with the smart cities concept. So I have given you this assignment of watching this documentary. It is by CNBC, right? It is a reality show, and you must see, because that is what is happening on ground. You can see it over there. You will get the gist of smart cities concept, okay, which is going to help you a lot in your knowledge building, right? So here I'm sharing the book page with you. The book page is over here. Yes, share. Okay. Now, here we are coming up. I'm going to read out the theory part first of all you. In 2015, the Government of India commissioned a project named Smart Cities Mission to develop selected existing cities as smart cities, those cities which are already falling in the category of metropolis. First of all, firstly, they wanted to work on those cities to make them very smart. Name the Indian cities selected for the smart city program. Okay, according to this questionnaire. I'm going to give you the answers also sideways. Keep a note of it. And in case of spelling, if there is any confusion or you have any doubt, you can always refer to the answer key at the back. But I will say all the spell check also I will make you do sideways. Okay, so here we go with yes. Cultural hub of the Oriya people and hosts the top 5 Indian IT companies. Oriya people, that means they've been to, this city is in Orissa, right? Cultural hub of the Oriya people and host of the top 5 Indian IT companies. What is the capital city of Oriya, Orissa? That is your Bhubaneswar. Bhubaneswar is a city, very, very upcoming. I visited over there. It's very smart city. A long time back, I visited, such a clean city, clean and very well planned everywhere, the greenery and everything in symmetry. Even the city is, you can say, it is not haphazardly built. It is with a complete planning. So Bhubaneswar is the city, and I'm telling you the spellings also of Bhubaneswara. That is BHUB. Bhubaneswar. Okay, right next to Bhubaneswar, there's a place called Puri, Jagannath Dham, Jagannath Puri. That's how you can, I'm trying to relate the thing so that you should remember it. Okay. So Jagannath Dham, where Bhagwan Jagannath is sitting over there. And, many of the students must have paid a visit over there. It is amongst the 4 dham, right? 4 dham yatra in Hinduism, it is followed. So it is amongst the 4 dham. One place is in the east, that is your Jagannath Puri. Okay. It is on the, you can say, Bay of Bengal Ocean. It is lying banging on that. And the Konark, famous Konark temple is also there. So this place is quite fascinating, coastal area around, right? So Bhubaneswar is the place, cultural hub of the Oriya people and hosts the top 5 Indian IT companies, Bhubaneswar. Second largest city in Maharashtra, which will soon recycle construction waste. Okay, construction waste, all concrete waste which comes out of construction. So this is the second, you can say second largest city in Maharashtra. And the city is your Pune. Pune, the city of enjoyment, Pune, Pune. It is in Maharashtra. It is twin city with Mumbai. Since Mumbai is the capital of Maharashtra, it is twin with Mumbai, right? Very, very, well built up city, very planned, better than Mumbai, I'm telling you, because I stayed there for complete 3 years, and people out there are highly civilized, cultured people, educated class, very much into green things, they are very eco-friendly. They love to live with nature. So that kind of scenario is there of Pune. Pune is very nice city, beautiful city. And you can see the climate is also very nice over there. One could enjoy all the 12 months. So Pune is the place where the recycle construction waste, which will soon recycle construction waste. Okay. Third one coming your way is city in that state of Gujarat that is renowned for diamonds and textiles. And the name of the city is Surat. Surat is a place, which is famous for textile industry and your diamond merchants. Nirav Modi, you remember Nirav Modi? He is Gujarati only, from Surat, right? He's also diamond merchant. And he was involved in a big scam. If you can, browse about him, just go Google about him, Nirav Modi. Number 4 is, how do the Indian Southern Naval Command, it is from Navy, right? Naval is from Navy. Navy, those who sail in the sea, that defense force, Navy, right? So the answer for it is your fourth one answer is Kochi. Kochi is in Kerala. Okay, it is on your western coast, Kerala. How do the home to the home to the Indian Southern Naval Command, that is Kochi. Kochi is in Kerala, right? That's places, and it's again, I visited that place. Kochi is again very upcoming city, and again, I mean, since Kerala, where the gender ratio is quite in parity, and the highest literacy rate, and people out there are highly educated, and education is in prevalence, so hardly you find anyone, and people are very much well aware with how to live with nature. So home to the home to the Indian Southern Naval Command is your Kochi, and the spelling is Kochi, Kochi. Okay. From there, very interesting fact, I'm telling you, I'm sharing with you, from Kochi, the cruise goes towards the Lakshadweep, right? And then to the Malay. Malay is your Maldives. Okay. So through sea route, if you want to go to Kochi, Lakshadweep, you can go from Kochi, right? Kochi is the place from where the cruise starts. Number 5, seat of the Gujarat High Court. Seat of the Gujarat High Court, that is Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad, though Gandhinagar is the capital, but basically airports, even the railway station, that is Ahmedabad. It is again a twin city with Gandhinagar of Gujarat. Okay, Ahmedabad. High Court, every state has a High Court, and Supreme Court is sitting in Delhi. Okay, Supreme Court is stationed in Delhi, I must say, right? So every state has a High Court. Even Rajasthan has a High Court that is stationed in your Jodhpur. And again, a very nice, fact behind that, why it is there, why not in Jaipur? Okay, try to find it out. I've just given you the spark of finding it out. Just do it. Okay. Now, the largest city in Andhra Pradesh, is Vizag, or we say Vishakhapatnam. Again, it's a coastal place, right? Vishakhapatnam. It is again, a lot of Navy is stationed over there. Largest city in Andhra Pradesh, that is Vishakhapatnam. And the spelling is, I forgot to tell you the spelling of Ahmedabad also, seat of the Gujarat High Court. Ahmedabad ka spelling pehle note karo. Ahmed, 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 Ahmeda, Ahmed, Ahmed, Ahmeda, A लगाओगे, and then Bad, Bad, Bad. Okay. Now, be particular about the Vishakhapatnam spelling, and otherwise we call it Vizag also, right? Vishakhapatnam, Vishakha, Visha, Visha, Kha, Vishakha, Patnam, Pat, Pat, Nam, Nam, right? Vishakha, Visha, Kha, Pat, Nam, Vishakhapatnam. Number 7, that has the highest number of sugar factories in India. It's again near to Pune, Sholapur, and it is in Maharashtra. Has the highest number of sugar factories in India. Whereas the largest producing state is UP, but the highest number of sugar factories in India, it's in Solapur. Solapur is in Maharashtra, and it is, I think, 2.5 hour journey from Pune, Solapur. Solapur, Solapur. Okay. Then next, the city of lakes. The city of lakes is none other than in your state only, that is Udaipur. Udaipur, Udaipur. For your reference, the answer spellings are given over here. You can straight away refer to and just note it down, the correct spellings. Okay, right? But I don't have a book. I'm just sharing the images I got it from. So otherwise, I would have written the answers on the page itself. But since I got the image, so that's why I'm telling you the answers. You can always refer to down, and please be smart and cooperate with me. Thank you so much, Vita. Now, yes, it's true. We come across smart solutions in all facets of our lives. Mobile phone banking, taxi booking apps, and convertible refrigerators are all examples of smart solutions. Vehicle users can identify parking space availability in the city on their apps, and sensors identify pollution levels and littering violations. Okay. These are the things, it is something that you need to observe, that how the cities are becoming smart by the installation of all these technical things, and you need to be technically updated. Start reading, beta. Okay, start reading as much as you can. Now the next page and the next topic coming your way is Indian industries. Very important, very interesting, and very knowledgeable. In your GK geography, you must have faced upon all these things. Okay, so here I'm going to display this page and will tell you the answers also. Let's take a ride of this chapter 2, Indian industries. Yes, Indian industries play an important role in the growth and development of a nation. Industrial revolution, you must have heard of. After the independence, we got dive into industrial revolution. And today, what our industries we are having is a result of that only. So industries play an important role in the growth and development of a nation. India is the 7th largest economy in the world with many flourishing industries. The government of India realized the importance of industries way back in the 1950s. The second 5-year plan included provisions to promote the growth of industries in India. Okay, so the first picture, as you can see over here, they are making basket. Okay, they are making basket. What is a name given to a small scale industry? What is often managed or run from homes? Right, I will tell you the way to remember it also. It is a cottage industry. There are various sort of industries. Can you tell me the industry system which is going on in Kota? That is coaching industry. Okay, industry is whatever that comes in collection at one place, we term it as industry. And people are employed over there. A lot of employment opportunities are being generated by the industries. And many people, it is not solo person can run an industry. He needs a group of people to function, to make it as a single unit and to work in integrity to produce, to have a common production. Okay, so the classic example right in front of you is your coaching industry, which is running in Kota, many coaching institutes, and it is called the, I think, coaching capital of India is Kota is. So many documentaries are made after it, and a lot of study research has been done. How, this place has, you can say, burgeoned, or you can say emerged as a coaching capital of India, right? And how all the coachings are coming together, coming together. This you're going to study in your higher classes, coming together, being together, industry sort of system. So here we go with the first is, what is the name given to a small scale industry? Small scale, of course, the name itself dictates that it is on a very small level, that is often managed or run from homes. If that means you don't have to hire some outside some space or some shop or some big place to run your business. Of course, at home only you can start, and many ladies are into pickle making, papad making and all that. These are all falling under the category of cottage industry. Cottage is a cottage ke andar, cottage meaning home. Right. When you go to hill station, we hire a cottage in some Nainital and we put up our stay over there in some cottage. So it is a small place. So this is called your cottage industry. Now I believe, I'm trying to help you to remember it by proper terms. Now, the second, what is the slogan used to promote the tourism industry in India? That is Incredible India. Atulya Bharat. Okay, incredible meaning Atulya Bharat. That means unparalleled, jiske barabar kuch nahi ho. Magical, something mystical beyond imagination, which you cannot define. You fall short of words to say about it. That is incredible. Atulya Bharat. What is the slogan used to promote the tourism industry in India? That is Atulya Bharat. And for this, the ministry is also a tourism ministry. Okay. So third one is, which industry? Industrial ministry is also there, and that is further divided into various groups. So which industry that extracts minerals and metals from the earth is over 6,000 years old in India? So the industry name is mining, mines, jahan pe khan hoti hai. Right, that is in your Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, your Odisha, even in Maharashtra. There are certain places which are all full of mines. So this is called mining industry. Mining, okay, M-I-N-I-N-G, mining industry. And I hope the answers are given. I should dictate the spelling also. This one, cottage industry, I'm telling you the spelling, C-O-T-T-A-G-E. C-O-T-T-A-G-E. And now to promote this one slogan is Incredible India, spelling I-N-N, credible, C-R-E-D-I-B-L-E. Incredible, and India, Incredible, INCREDIBLE. Incredible. Now for the mining, I'm saying the spelling MINING. MINING, mining. Okay. Now, coming on to the fifth, which city of India is the headquarters for the Reserve Bank of India, the Mint, TCS, and Reliance Industries? Right. So, fourth we skipped. Which public company based in Dehradun, Uttarakhand, produces about 77% of India's crude oil and most of its natural gas? That is ONGC. ONGC. It is a gas company which is manufacturing natural gas. You know, crude oil is kacha tel, which after mining, you know, I'm giving you this assignment also. Just try to find it out how the crude oil is formed and how you mine it. Fine, that is called kacha tel. Uske baad you refine it, and in various stages become kerosene oil, it becomes petrol, and try to find out which kind of fuel is used in functioning of your aeroplanes. Okay, your this one choppers. Which petrol? It is a kerosene of very high quality. I'm telling you. Try to find it out. Fine. So ONGC is the answer. It is the name of the gas company. Now, fifth, which city of India is the headquarters for the Reserve Bank of India? Which city of India is the headquarters for the Reserve Bank of India, the Mint, TCS is Tata Consultancy Services, and Reliance Industries? And the answer is your Mumbai. In Mumbai, the headquarters is set. You know, the Ratan Tata is the owner of it. So he's the one who's leading these companies. All Tata Group is under Ratan Tata, you know, very famous personality. You can say he's a living legend. You must study about him. And all these, even the Reserve Bank of India, the Mint, Reliance Industry, you know, Ambani's, they're all headquartered in Mumbai only. So answer is Mumbai, Mumbai. Coming on to the sixth, in which Indian industry would you find Kollywood, Bollywood, and Tollywood? So the answer is Indian film industry. Kollywood, Bollywood, and Tollywood. Tollywood is for Telugu, for South. Even Kollywood is for, that is again, I think, Kerala, Kollywood, Bollywood, and Tollywood. T is for Tamil Nadu, right? And Bollywood, you know, Hindi films and film industry. So it is, you will say film industry. These three words are associated with film industry. Hollywood, you must have heard about the English movies, okay? But that is of the foreign film industry. But Bollywood is Indian film industry. Of course, Kollywood is regional Indian film industry. Tollywood is again regional Indian film industry, okay? Now, who is known as the father of the White Revolution in India? That is Verghese Kurian. The name of this gentleman is Verghese Kurian. White Revolution in India. White Revolution is associated with, you know, milk, right? White Revolution in India. And note down the spelling of this gentleman name. That is Verghese. I'm telling you, Verghese Kurian. Verghese. 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 And Kurian, Kurien. Kurien. Okay. And here it is given in this help box also, you are given the spelling, so you can always refer to it to write the correct spelling. And I will tell you the what I feel like telling you is the full form of ONGC. I wanted to tell you full form. Yes. So here we go with Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited. Crude oil. There, the natural gas is also made. Sorry. ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited. Okay, keep it in mind. And I hope this session was interesting for you. This session is, I try to make it as interesting as I can. I gave you the assignment of watching that documentary also for Smart Cities. Yesterday also I gave you, so please stick to it. Please adhere to my assignments and do it very seriously. It's going to help you. Trust me, it's going to help you, and it will enrich your knowledge also. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the session. I will bring some more valuable inputs to add more value to your knowledge bank. Okay, thank you so much. God bless you. Enjoy your weekend. Take care, beta.